All right, here we are in round 5. Um, hmm. This hand doesn't seem bad. We really just need another land, but we don't have a whole bunch to Burning Tree into. But I don't know. I don't think this deck mulligans very well. I think we'll keep. I don't think the deck mulligans very well. And we have 3 1-drops. Is this another Stompy match? Wow, I've never seen this Kyrian Ranger before. So it once again could be Stompy, could be something else. This is actually a really pretty Kyrian Ranger. I'm a big promo guy. Mudbrawler Cohort's an excellent draw. Now we just need a land. Wait on the Foundry Street. Next turn we'll play the Cohort. The Goblin Cohort if we don't draw a better spell. Alternatively, we'll play Burning Tree into Mudbrawler Cohort. Wow. I never read the flavor text on that one. Uh-huh. Is there flavor text in all of this? No. Had to be one card without flavor text. Yeah, wow. I'm still kind of blown away by this Kyrian Ranger art. Also, pretty good forests, too. Chris Rush. I'm playing my Odyssey Mountains. I actually don't like the Guru Mountains that much, but they match the rest of my set, so that's why I play them. Attacking with Kyrian Ranger seems wrong, so I'm actually going to block. The only way this punishes me is if they pump it, but this is too juicy a target to ignore. And if it makes them waste a pump spell, that's pretty good for me, too. But this is an incredibly juicy target here. So I'm willing to be a little bit greedy. It looks like I am about to be punished for this. But this, I'm trying to make sense of this play. It seems kind of weird that this would be how they want to get rid of my Foundry Street. I guess what they can do is they can bounce the forest back to their hand and then play something else. Maybe they were hoping to get off a Skargan Pit Skulk here. But Groundswell is definitely a card I'm afraid of. So I don't think this was really that terrible for me to do. Even if it was a pretty obvious that they had a trick there. I think I lose to the tricks, but I beat them through numbers. And so maybe sacrificing the Foundry Street wasn't great, but still, using a Groundswell like that. Like and Hunger the Howl Pack. All right, well, now I'm screwed. All right, I've learned my lesson. I have to draw another mountain for this Fire Blast now. Wow. All right, I got ranched. So now what I'm hoping I can do is Burning Tree, Mudbrawler, and then Fire Blast that. That seems terrible, though. But yeah, now my opponent's got a 4/4. So yeah, I probably should have seen that coming. It was too good to be true. I'm sure everyone at home is laughing at me now. But we do know that this is at least a winnable matchup. So that's good. Opponent is stuck on a land, although of course they have the Kyrian Ranger. So getting rid of the Ranger would be pretty good if I'm able to Fire Blast it, although that is very risky. We do know that bringing in the Flame Slash is pretty strong. Opponent has a Burning Tree of their own, so this might be the end. Yeah, this is pretty bad. All right, now the Fire Blast plan is out. All right, I'm actually going to go ahead and concede, which may seem premature, but I've missed land drops, and my hand is, 2 Heel Cutters, and it isn't actually going to help me win the game. So let's bring in those Flame Slashes. Let's take out those Foundry Streets and their wily temptations, and let's go ahead and submit, and I think we'll be good to go here. Yeah. It was too good to be true, so I shouldn't have taken the bait there. Strong flavor text. No, Gorilla. Oh man, Gorilla Shaman has so much room for flavor text. Is this a goblin being destroyed by a lightning bolt? Or by the earth itself? That'd be pretty on flavor. Well, I'm hoping that we can at least go 4-1 with this deck. You know, after I made that whole speech at the beginning about this is how I got into constructed Magic. We were doing pretty well too until I totally misboarded against that Rakdos deck, because if I hadn't brought in that Pyroblast and it had been the Fire Blast instead, we would have won that game. So maybe something to be said for not sideboarding at all in instances like that. But Mountain and Ash Barons, I was fairly certain that they were on a blue-red deck. Just happened to be totally wrong. Just examining all my cards. And yes, we'll certainly be on the play for game the second. And this hand I do like. We have bolts to manage our opponent's creatures. We'll probably bolt whatever their turn 1 play is. And then we have Burning Tree and a Valley Dasher. So this seems fairly strong. And we have a Mutagenic Growth to sort of round things out here. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this card. I want to say it's good. Opponent goes to 6. And where are they going to scry this card to? Put it on the bottom, sure. So we'll go Mountain, and of course, you know, where are our plethora of 1-drops now? But the Lightning Bolt is good. So next turn we'll go Burning Tree, Valley Dasher. Get a little bit ahead of this, and hopefully they play something boltable on turn 1. Just all the Masters Edition forests. Vault Scourge, yeah, I'm gonna bolt that. That's very good here. Another bolt, not shabby. I actually don't mind drawing this many bolts. Let's get in there for 2 with our Dasher. And then we'll pass the turn. Next turn, we'll have a bolt for whatever they play. If they play 2 things, we'll have 2 bolts. Alternatively, could sacrifice the Mutagenic Growth, which I think I like a little better because Mutagenic Growth can't go face for obvious reasons. It's a pump spell, not a burn spell. So if that were the case, all right, they have a Burning Tree Emissary of their own. So I anticipate my next turn will be spent bolting and Mutagenic Growthing. Like what is their second card here is really dependent. If they have another Burning Tree Emissary, that's not good. Into Vault Scourge. Into Rancor on Vault Scourge, perhaps. Yep. Exactly how I drew it up. Fortunately, we have another bolt, and so this way we'll be able to bolt Growth and then save a bolt for whatever they're going to put the other Vault Scourge on, or whatever they're going to put the other Rancor on. So yeah, let's go bolt. We are giving up playing the cohort this turn, but I think that's worth it. And then we'll, like I said, Growth and Protect. Oh, okay. It looks like they're maybe wanting to just try and Rancor that up. I think bolting in response to the Rancor. So I have to think about this here. Do I want to bolt now, or do I want to bolt in response to the Rancor? If I wait in response to the Rancor, it's possible that they will have something that will let them defend it. So I think bolting now is okay. And you can let me know what you think of that play. If they have, you know, obviously I didn't, like, okay, so they have no follow-up play. So that's pretty good. And then we'll play both of our Goblin cohorts. Or we'll play one Goblin cohort. That way we can attack with the other one next turn, hopefully for lethal. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. So Vault Scourge kind of makes me want to bring in Smash to Smithereens just a little bit, because that's such a mirror breaker. I mean, not a mirror breaker. That's such a good card against us. Electrickery would also do it, but I don't think Electrickery is good in general against this deck. Although I guess, yeah, in that game it wouldn't have been good. In the first game it would have been fine. In that game it wasn't very good. Maybe we could shave a Heel Cutter for an Electrickery, just for funsies. see if it's actually useful. And of course, we'll be on the draw for game 3. But I think we have the tools we need to win the game. We just need. I mean, that's the nature of aggro versus aggro, right? You just have to hope that your hand is better than their hand. And I mean, I suppose there is a reason that Stompy is at the top of the charts and Red Deck Wins is not. But I still think that this deck is fairly good, and given the right tools, we can win. But I think Smash is kind of a trap because it only hits Vault Scourge, whereas Electrickery has some game against some other cards. In fact, at this point, let's just play both and not play Foundry Street Denizen. I think I like that better than a Singleton Denizen and a Singleton Electrickery, because if I want Electrickery to be good, if I imagine that it's good, surely it's better than the extra than the leftover Foundry Street. This hand has no land, otherwise I would keep it. Because we have the Flame Slash and the Bolt, so that's fairly strong. But you know, of course, we can't keep this. If this growth was a land, I would have kept it. All right, well, I guess let's see if Electrickery is any good. Land at the bottom. So this is actually going to be. This is actually a fairly poor hand. I just can't. I just don't think this deck can go to 5. We sort of have to bank on the idea that this Electrickery is going to be a good spell. Well, there's a 1-drop. So the question here is, do we Bolt or Electrickery the Vault Scourge? I think we'll hold up the Bolt and try and snag a. We're going to try and snag the Rancor this time around. If my opponent has like Pit Skulk, that'd be pretty bad. But I could Bolt the Pit Skulk and then overload Electrickery. I'm hoping to get a turn where I can overload this Electrickery on multiple creatures. All right, Burning Tree. So at this point, the Cohort may have been a better cast because, oh man, yeah, wow. Because I basically have to use this Bolt on something now. Oh man, yeah, this is just the nightmare draw from my opponent. Yeah, I pretty much have to Bolt something. 2 Electrickeries. All right. What that means is I need to buy time and get a 4th land, and then maybe I'll be in a decent shape. I'm not doing a very good job of it, but I'm trying to be a control deck here. So if I draw land, then these 2 Electrickeries will be good. But of course, if my opponent goes to Rancor or something, I am going to have to Electrickery it in response. So yeah, right here. Just hope they don't have something. It does make my other Electrickery much, much worse, though. But there's no way I can let them resolve a Rancor on a Vault Scourge. All right, well, it looks like we took care of that problem, but we still have problems. Do we just block here? I feel like we're on the plan of blocking our opponent's stuff now. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we just can't really do anything, unfortunately. We just kind of have to hope that we draw into some stuff. The Electrickeries, well, this was the game where they were really put to the test, and I think they came up a little short, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game. Shame. because I think we could have won. But if one of these was a Foundry Street Denizen, it's not like it would have helped us that much. Mud Brawler Cohort A. I mean, sure, let's run them out. Yeah, if the Electrickeries had been Foundry Street Denizens, I still don't think we would be winning this game. So, there you have it. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Not really in a position to block quite yet. We still have a turn or two before we really have to start thinking of that. I guess actually maybe next turn. All right, Valley Dasher, sure. That at least makes my guy a little bigger. But now it's like, do we even want to attack with Mud Brawler Cohort? Yeah, I'm not planning on blocking, so I might as well. And then maybe next turn we could dash in the Heel Cutter. Did I not dash in the Heel Cutter last turn? If not, that's pretty bad. I think I didn't. I think I just didn't even think of it. I think I just keep thinking Heel Cutter costs 4. If that's true, I'm sorry to everybody. Because another 3 damage, they'd be at 12. We'd still be short. I think we don't do anything, and then we can't Electrickery this Eldrazi spawn. No, we have the Heel Cutter for that. What I'm hoping happens is they go to try and do something with this young wolf, and then I Electrickery it in response. But I definitely don't want it to be a blocker. Put it on the young wolf. No, I have to. Fire Blast in response. Super unfortunate. That'll just kill me. All right. Well, I don't think it would have actually mattered if we had a. I don't think it would have mattered if we had done what I said we were going to do, which was keep dashing that in. Let's open our chest, see what we get. There we go. All right, what we got? Oh, I want to open it. Yes, open 1. Oh, garbage. But some more play points, so not terrible. All right, cool. Well, thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see everybody next time on The Adrian Show.